Hello, everyone. The content of our group's presentation today is investment advice on Company 1 and Company 2. Our group members are Yiling Guo, Mengqi Liu, Zihao Leng, and Kaixin Zhang. Through the information of the two companies, we have completed the ratio of profitability and asset efficiency. This is the ratio table. Yes. Profitability includes return on equity, return on assets, gross profit margin ratio, and net profit margin ratio. Therefore, the ratio of these four parts can be calculated. Return on equity is the percentage of return. Return on assets is about the assets and the profit. Gross profit margin is the proportion of profit and sales after cost of goods sales. Includes sales volume and cost of goods sales. Net profit margin is the proportion of profit and sales after expense. Yes.
Let me introduce the asset efficiency. Asset efficiency is a performance attribute describing the ability to optimally utilize assets in support of generating revenue or performing a task. There are 7 parts included. The first one is asset turnover ratio. It shows an entity's overall efficiency in generating income per dollar of investment in asset. Second part is times inventory turnover. It measures the number of times per year that inventory is sold. Third one is days inventory. It indicates that the average period of time in days that it takes to sell inventory. The fourth part is days debitor turnover. It measures the number of times per year that cash is collected from trade debitors during a period. The fifth part is days debitor. It indicates the average period of time in days that it takes to collect the money from its trade-related account receivable. Sixth part is days creditor turnover. Indicate how many times per year that the entity pays its accounts payable. Finally is days creditors. It indicate average period of time in days that it takes to pay the money from its trade-related accounts payable. Data of asset efficiency is shown on this diagram. Yes. Yes.
For Company 1, return on equity has decreased by 0.8%. This decrease is attributed to a decrease in capital that has been utilized to decrease. Return on assets has increased by 0.5%. This led to the increase of gross profit margin and net profit margin. The increase in gross profit margin of 0.1% is due to possible increase in sales price or reduction in the purchase price. Net profit margin has also increased by 0.1%, and this is partially due to increase in gross profit margin. For Company 2, return on equity has decreased by 12%. Return on assets has decreased by 3.1%. Gross profit margin has increased by 1.1%, and net profit margin has decreased by 2.1%. It can be seen that the overall profit of Company 1 is increasing, but the overall profit of Company 2 is decreasing. So from the point of view of profitability, it is recommended to choose Company 1. Yes.
In the diagram that was shown, an increasing trend is shown as a whole in Company 1 from 2019 to 2020. However, on the other hand, from 2019 to 2020, Company 2 shows an decreasing trend as a whole. So according to this sort of data, I recommend that it's better to invest Company 1 instead of Company 2.
Okay, I will introduce the radius, company backwards, and the capital structure. Firstly, I will talk about liquidity. Liquidity includes CR and QAR. Firstly, I will talk about the current ratio. Current ratio indicates dollar of current assets per dollar of current liability, and then that is quantity assets value. Quantity assets value mentions dollar of current assets available. Excluding invoice and performance to service such dollar of current liability. And we can see in this picture that shows the highest liquidity means that a company can easily meet its short-term distance, while the low liquidity implies the opposite, and that company could immediately face bank requests.
Now let me use capital structure to tell you the difference of these two companies. We use the following 5 sets of data to analyze. The first one is debt-in to equity ratio. It measures the level of debt-in financing compared to owner's funds. Next one is debit asset ratio, indicate how many dollars of liabilities exist per dollar of assets. And next is equity ratio, indicates how many dollars of equity per dollars of assets. And then is interest coverage ratio, measures number of time earned before interest and tax can cover interest expense. And the final one is debit coverage ratio. It's useful to relate the entity cash generating capacity to its long-term debit. After know the meaning of these 5 data, and I calculate the delta of this, and then in order to show the difference between company 1 and company 2, I also draw a bar chart in this page. And there we should choose the company 1. In summary, after calculating the delta of profitability, asset efficiency, liquidity, and the capital structure for these 2 companies, we can conclude that company 1 is worth investing. Thank you, that's all.